Good morning, everybody. Mark Healey here. I wanted to record this just in case anyone who read my tweet this morning to Michael K. Inferred anything other than what it is I'm really trying to say. So the other day, I'm in the car and I'm listening to Michael K. I believe Don LaGreca was on vacation, so it was Michael K. and Peter Rosenberg. And I'm recording this for you, Michael, so I want to talk to you as I inform everyone else about my tweet. So I'm in the car, I'm listening to the Michael K. show, and an older gentleman, I don't even remember what he was talking about, but it was clearly about the Yankees. And before he hung up, he said, you know, it's nice to see a couple of Italian ball players on the team. And predictably, Peter Rosenberg was like, well, what difference does it make if they're Italian or not? You know, which is, you know, look, I expect that from Peter because that's just the way he is. He's not really, you know, he has his own little bubble that he lives in, and, you know, he doesn't like anybody over the age of 30. So, you know, his world is Logan's Run, which only people like me, old enough like me, and maybe you, Michael, understand what that reference is. But you know, I expected that from him. What I didn't expect, Michael, was you to react the way that you did. You said, I'm half Italian. And look, and I know how you hate to be misquoted. So I'm prefacing this with being, you know, I'm paraphrasing what you said. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a tape somewhere that will disprove what I'm saying. But you said something along the lines of, well, I'm half Italian, and it's never really mattered to me whether or not ball players are Italian or not. And it really it stung me. I was flabbergasted that that was your take, that you agreed with Rosenberg on this particular you know, this particular issue. I mean, Peter is the kind of guy that, like, he doesn't like anything. You know, he doesn't like anything unless, again, like, it's in his bubble. And you know, you've always been talked about, you know, your heritage and being half Italian and being proud of it or whatever. And I was stung. I was like, first of all, not only are you not supporting the caller, you're kind of dismissing the caller's, you know, pride in his heritage. So I was a little, it has bothered me a lot. And, you know, I don't know why. You know, I'm half Italian myself. I'm not even a Yankee fan. But I know that my family, a lot of people in my family, you know, generations of Italians that came to this country, one of the ways that they acclimated themselves was that there was an Italian, there was Joe DiMaggio was on the Yankees, and that got them connected and helped them learn the language. They celebrated that heritage. You know, I just have just as many Italian relatives that got a kick out of Mike Piazza. I know I did when Mike Piazza came. When Bobby Valentine was the manager, I mean, you have pride. I mean, what does Peter always say? Like, representation matters. Yeah, it does. It does matter. And there is a sense of pride. I'm half Irish too. So whenever there's an Irish guy on the team, I get a little bit of extra kick out of it. It's not that they're better than anybody else. It's just, it's you. It's like one of your guys made it. One of your guys they used to hang out with, you know, made it. It was very surprising that was your take, and that you chose to align yourself with, you know, the miserable Peter Rosenberg, and not take that moment. You know, maybe it doesn't matter to you. You know, I'm sure it doesn't, because why would you say it? You're a pretty honest guy. I mean, you're very honest. You always tell the truth. You know, you're like me. Sometimes the truth gets us in trouble. But why not take that moment and say, you know, I never really thought about it. What about you, the callers, the Italian people out there? Does it make a difference to you? Do you root harder, whatever? It might have been a great segment, which would have been impossible with Peter because he's so dismissive, you know, of things like that. So, like I said, I just wanted to have this moment, this opportunity to amplify my tweet and talk about why it mattered to me so much. You may never listen to this. You may never watch it. I know you don't interact with callers anymore. Excuse me, not with callers, with tweeters anymore, because it takes too much time out of your day. I get it. I understand. I spend way too much time. I'm in my office now at Rockaway, and I don't know why I'm here so early, but it just, I felt like I had to say something, you know. Um, I just have a lot of friends in the Italian American Baseball Federation that, had they heard that exchange, I think they'd be disappointed. And they'd want you to, I don't know, you don't have to apologize. I don't think you have to apologize, but you should, you should investigate a little bit more. Maybe you should talk to some of the callers. Maybe you should talk to Joe Quagliano and the people from the Italian American Baseball Federation. They're great people. They do a great job. Chris Vaccaro is another great journalist, a good friend of mine that does a lot of work with the IABF. I know that you know all about the Irish American Baseball Hall of Fame that used to be at Foley's, where our mutual friend Sean Clancy, used to host the after party for the Baseball Writers Association. I know that you're aware of that sense of pride. And if there was an Irish guy that was playing for the Yankees, I'd have that same reaction if you dismissed it, if Peter dismissed it. I remember meeting you on a number of occasions. Once, I think twice at Foley's I met you. Once in Foley's too. Yes, when you guys were doing the show there, and also after the party. I also met you, I believe it was Penn Station, when you guys were doing a special remote, and I gave you a copy of Gotham Baseball Magazine. Again, you may not listen to this. I'm hoping that the people that follow, that maybe somebody that follows me that's good friends with you or something, might share it with you. I just wanted to express something that was bothering me. And again, in the grand scheme of things, it means very little. It really does. And, I don't know why it resonated so much with me, but it did. And I hope moving forward, and again, and here's the other part of it too. You're the Yankee announcer. I mean, you know very well how much the Italian people love the Yankees, whether it's Tony Lazzari, push him up. I mean, that's why he became, he had a nickname, because the Italians, that were in New York, that were, fresh off the boat, pardon the expression, they acclimated themselves. As I mentioned before, they acclimated themselves because there was somebody that spoke Italian. There was somebody that was Italian, and they connected with it. And we've seen it from Lazzari to DiMaggio to Berra, and now to Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. And again, I'm not even a Yankee fan. I don't know why this matters to me so much. Like I said, it bothered me that you were so dismissive of it. And I was reminded yesterday when I saw the tape of Joey Gallo getting a kick, talking about getting a kick. I think it was Brian Hoke, my friend Brian Hoke, that asked the question. Is he getting a kick out of the way that the Italian people are reacting to his being on the team? And, and he thought it was great. So maybe this is a topic on the show. You don't have to mention my name. I don't even care. It's not about that. It's about understanding that maybe there were some of your callers or some of your listeners that were listening to that interaction. What about the caller himself? Even if it's just him. Imagine hanging up the phone and listening to Peter Rosenberg dismiss the fact that you just said it's nice to see a couple of Italians on the team, and then the Yankee announcer agreeing with him. I still don't get it. I still don't understand it. So, Michael, I love the show. I think you're a class act. Peter, I enjoy the show. I listen to it a lot. I'm always going back between you guys and Evan Roberts and Craig Carton. I was an intern at WFAN, so I'll always have a special, always have a special connection to WFAN. But I listen to you guys, so that should tell you something. That despite my loyalty and all that stuff, I still change the channel sometimes and listen to you guys, and I find the show funny. It makes me laugh. I enjoy it. But in this particular instance, I'm not sure if people around you would even say something. I know Don wasn't there, so maybe Don would have been the voice of reason. I don't know. I don't know how Don tends to, sometimes agree with you guys for family unity. So I don't know what his take would have been. Maybe we should ask Don about what he thought about, Italians playing for his baseball team that he roots for. And I know he's a Met fan too, so it may not matter to him. But I'm sure he has stories about, his aunts and uncles or cousins maybe gravitating towards a team or gravitating towards a player because of their heritage. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it's just me though. And I think that anyone is listening, if anyone's watching this, if anybody agrees, let Michael K know. Don't be anonymous trolls about it. Don't be jerks about it. I mean, I'm trying to have a civil conversation here. And just kind of talk about it. I just think it's worth mentioning and it's worth discussing. And look, you guys have a great day. The Yankees are flying high. My Mets are falling fast, but it's baseball. I love it. It's the summer. And like I said, I just felt the need. I just felt the need that I had to express and amplify my tweet from earlier today. Have a good day, everybody.